off with a nigun, a melody, just a melody, no words. This is a good one. We call this one the Rawhide Nigun. Where are you? Janet, I think, named it that. Janet Vine. Anyway, it goes. Second part. Turn to page 343. We're gonna sing a new,
very bottom of the page,
a new melody. Let me grab my music. Okay, here we go. Maybe we'll start with the woe part. All right. This Ozi V'Zimrat Yah by Hili Lishua. Those are the words. It's a new melody for us. It goes like this.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
What a delight to welcome you to Congregation Beth Am, whether you're here with us each Friday night or whether this is your first time visiting. A special welcome to everyone who's joining us streaming as well. Shabbat Shalom to you too. How wonderful to embrace the love and the joy of Shabbat. I need everybody just to take a big deep breath. And while all Shabbats are special, this Shabbat is uniquely special because we're welcoming a wonderful family, and we'll invite them to the Bima now for the honor of lighting the Shabbat candles. We invite forward Amy and Heath Wattenmaker, Kayla Wattenmaker, Steve and Miriam Wattenmaker, Michelle and Jeff Vandenberg, Gail and Simon Rosenbach, Aria and Danny and Melody Rosenbach, Ben Rosenbach, Stephanie Israelson, and we need Ilan Wattenmaker up here as well, our bar mitzvah for tomorrow. Invite you now to turn to page 5. We'll invite Ilan to come stand over here next to Cantor Spall. We'll give him the Kiddush cup, and we'll join together in the words of Kiddush, the sweetness of this Sabbath day.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon imhilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishim ki hu yom techila למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון המחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim. You want this one too? Sometimes I'm up here and like when our B'nai Mitzvah families light candles in Kiddush, I feel like I have to do all the choreography and tell them where to go, but not tonight. The father of the bar mitzvah knew exactly where to be, which was amazing, so. Now the question is, not always does the father of the bar mitzvah know exactly where to be, but do the parents of the bride and groom know exactly where to be? And that's actually a really good question tonight because we have another celebration, not just a bar mitzvah. The Midrash, the interpretation, teaches that the wedding of the first couple was celebrated with pomp never repeated before in the course of history. It says that God attired and adorned Eve and Adam before presenting them to one another. And it says, the Midrash says that the angels surrounded the marriage canopy, and God pronounced the blessings upon the couple just as a cantor does under the chuppah. The angels danced and played musical instruments for Adam and Eve in the 10 bridal chambers of gold and pearls and precious stones that God had prepared for that first couple. And tonight, as a congregation Beth Am community, we honor a soon-to-be married couple, 3 special guests this evening. Don't worry, we're not that progressive yet. But we salute them not with gold and pearls and precious stones, although those are certainly lovely, but rather we celebrate them by offering a warm embrace into a loving community. On this Sunday, Michaela and Benny will be married, surrounded by friends and family under the chuppah. And tonight we give them the Beth Am blessing, and we'll invite them up to the bima. And joining them on the bima tonight is their amazing and adorable daughter, Erev. That's the third of the trio. And we also invite forward the parents of the bride and the groom, Irv and Joy and Mimi. This is actually Benny and Michaela's second wedding, as we signed the legal license during the middle of the COVID pandemic, right here at Beth Am, outdoors, masked. And so now this weekend they get to celebrate as a couple, and they brought an amazing addition since we last signed that baby naming. Erev actually had her baby naming here at Beth Am just last summer. So come on in close so that everybody who's streaming can see you as well. And I'll talk a little bit just about you. I'll talk more about you on Sunday morning. Michaela and Benny are an amazing couple with a passion for Judaism and the world around them. They've supported and cared and worked at Jewish institutions ranging from the Religious Action Center in Washington, D.C., to Camp Newman in Santa Rosa, to Beth Am, to Irv's challah delivery. Michaela specifically is no stranger to this community, serving in every capacity, from Batty president to Beth Am board member. And she is now part of a 4-generation Beth Am family with her grandmother, Veronica, streaming from the Moldau. We'll wave to her as well. Their first date, Benny and Michaela's, was actually a Zoom date during the pandemic, and the relationship has grown from there. They care about each other with full passion and commitment. They enjoy everything from flowers to frisbee golf, from travel to politics, from gardening to Star Wars. They fill their lives with compassion and art and music and hospitality and acts of tzedek and tikkun olam. And they're raising their wonderful daughter to follow in their footsteps as amazing leaders of the Jewish people. So as you prepare to stand under the chuppah this weekend and pledge yourself to each other in marriage, we all share in the joy and offer your heartfelt blessings, but we're going to ask your parents to offer, the ones who really take credit for you, to offer this blessing at this time. So come on forward so the mics can pick you up.
With great excitement and a few tears, we look forward to your wedding, and with a full heart we offer you this prayer. May your love for each other grow deeper with each passing year. May the bonds between you grow stronger. May you be blessed as we have been, have to create a family and a community that bring you joy and comfort. May we come together as family to share many celebrations in the years to come. And may you know that our love and support are with you always. Amen.
We'll bring you guys back forward, and I'm going to actually ask Rabbi Wattenmaker and Cantor Spalt to join me, and we can all put our hands on your shoulders as we offer you this blessing from the community. Mi sheberach avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed our fathers and our mothers before us bless you, Benny and Michaela, as you enter into a new stage of your life together. May your joys be many and your sorrows few. And may your love for one another always be a source of strength and comfort. May your home be filled with warmth, laughter, good food, and peace. May you and your relationships continue to grow, and may your life together be filled with exciting challenges and new discoveries. May your commitment to Jewish tradition and Jewish people enrich your lives and provide a firm foundation for your marriage and family. And may your commitment to the Jewish people and this congregation always bring you joy, just as you have brought so much joy to this community. Most of all, may you continue to delight in each other and count every day you share as a blessing to you and to all of us who love you. So we join together in wishing you a Siman Tov and a Mazel Tov.
1, 2, 3. Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov. Yehei lanu, Yehei lanu, Yehei lanu, Alecha Yisrael. Yehei lanu, Yehei lanu, Alecha Yisrael. Yehei lanu, Yehei lanu, woo, Alecha Yisrael. Yehei lanu, Yehei lanu. That dress is stunning. Will you tell Michaela I love her dress? It's so gorgeous. Okay.
Did everybody notice Michaela's outfit tonight too? You should notice Michaela's outfit. If you go after Shabbat, of course, www.theforestfeast.com, you can buy one of your own, and that way maybe my kids will go to college someday. So, page 20, the words of Lecha Dodi. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Lecha Dodi, Likerat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Mekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likerat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Mekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmiyanu el ha-meyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shem ולתפארת ולתחילה. Lecha Dodi, Likerat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Mekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likerat Kala, Penei Shabbat, Mekabela. Likat Shabbat, Lechu v'nelcha. Ki hi mekor haberacha. Merach shmi kedem nesucha. So ma'aseh במחשבה תחילה,
Our call to worship, the Baruch Hu, is on page 28. Words roll into dark, the meditation before Shema.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech. Golel yom v'choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu
seated. On page 36, it's my pleasure to call up next week's bat mitzvah, Gabby Ghani, to lead us in the words of Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובצאתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוב תפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמן.
Continue on page 40, our song of freedom, our song of redemption, Mi Chamocha, page 40.
יפד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
We turn to our nighttime prayer, the words of Hashkivenu on page 42. We ask God for peace. We recognize how fragile that peace can be, and for a sense of shelter as well.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkot, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you. We take some time for communal and then private prayer. The Amidah begins on page 46. If you're able, I invite you to please rise. We'll sing the opening meditation together and then have some time for our own private prayers.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la la. We are on page 339. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar ma'od. The entire world is but a narrow bridge. The most important thing is not to be afraid. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od. Kol ha'olam gesher tzar. Kol ha'olam kulo gesher tzar me'od. Kol ha'olam gesher.
It's my pleasure to invite up and introduce our guest speaker this afternoon, evening.
It's okay, it's okay.
Where am I? What's
It's okay.
this evening? Rabbi Bo Shapiro, who professionally is the rabbi of the Skirball Cultural Center in Los Angeles, one of the largest Jewish cultural center in the United States. For those who have visited LA and visited the Skirball, you know it's an incredible museum, an incredible source of culture and music and arts, and a really wonderful place. But beyond that, Bo and I were classmates throughout rabbinical school in Los Angeles. And as I talked about last week, Bo was there with Rabbi Prosnit and I in our first year of Israel. So if anybody has questions about Rabbi Prosnit, you can also refer to Rabbi Shapiro. Not only that, but But Bo and I kind of convinced each other to go to rabbinical school. We actually applied to rabbinical school together. And before we started, Bo was one of my ketubah signers. I was excited to make the joke that this is the first time in since our wedding that both of our ketubah signers are here. But I think the other one's flight was delayed, so alas. But Bo is one of my ketubah signers. Bo also has a really lovely side project that he's been running for a number of years in Los Angeles around conversion, which he's going to talk a little bit about tonight. So Rabbi Shapiro, it is my pleasure and my honor to welcome you to Beth Am, welcome you back to our Bima, and to hear you teach some words of Torah tonight.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No? Too easy. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thanks to Rabbis Prosnit and Wattenmaker, Cantor Spall. It is a privilege and an honor to be with you all this evening. I am a Jew by accident. I did not choose to be born to Jewish parents or raised in a Jewish home. I'm a Jew by accident. Perhaps that's one of the reasons I'm always inspired when someone comes to me wanting to learn more about Judaism, wanting to become a Jew. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to completely reimagine what the path to Judaism could look like for those seeking a Jewish life, and it became one of the most meaningful aspects of my rabbinate. Since then, I've had the privilege of welcoming more than 300 new Jews into the family of the Jewish people. Now, one of the traditional questions that the Beit Din is supposed to ask a candidate goes something like this. Knowing the full history of our persecution and oppression, do you cast your lot with the Jewish people come what may? In other words, are you sure? Because after today, they're coming for you too. Truth be told, it's always seemed like a throwaway question to me. Always a throwaway question sitting in a conference room in Bel Air in West Los Angeles. It has not felt like a throwaway question since October 7th. The few dozen folks who have sat before me these past 7.5 months have inspired me in countless ways. They've given me such deep and profound gratitude and hope. Along with the hundreds who came before them, they have also helped me see Judaism through fresh eyes, rekindling my love and appreciation for the ancient wisdom of our tradition. So in that spirit, here is what I have fallen in love with Judaism all over again. Number one, theologies. My friend and Seventh-day Adventist pastor, Ryan Bell, shared with me over breakfast a few years ago that he wasn't sure he believed in God anymore. He had just left the church and the ministry to begin a 12-month soul-searching journey he called A Year Without God. I'm filled with questions and I'm filled with doubt, he told me. It's very Jewish, I replied. Your journey, your questions, your doubt, it's all very Jewish. I know, he said with a laugh and a wry smile. I know. We all have doubts. That is very Jewish. And that's the point. One of the very first conversations I have with my students is what I call a theology meeting. For about an hour, we all chat about what we do believe, what we don't believe, as we learn about and explore half a dozen different ways to think about that which is greater than we. I usually end the session by highlighting the fact that the discussion we have just had is unique to Judaism. that in most other religious traditions, it would be considered heresy. But for us, it's simply a conversation over some lukewarm coffee. Number 2, we're in the community business. I often like to say that we're not in the God business, or the religion business, or the Judaism business. Rather, we're in the people business. We're in the community business. And we use all those things as tools to help us create community. Number 3, question, question, question. I hate to break it to you, but the rabbi does not have all the answers. In fact, we have very few. As one student put it, Judaism not only allowed me to question things and pursue truth, but promoted the practice. And all that questioning has a funny way of leading to more questions. Doubt and uncertainty are not to be suppressed. They're to be articulated and explored. It's not always satisfying, because we're human and sometimes we just want an answer. But it leads to such a rich, meaningful, and beautiful journey when we're able to question. My father-in-law loves to share the irony that his Jewish daughter won the Religious Studies Award at her Catholic high school every year for 4 years, in spite of being Jewish. Ashley will tell you that she won precisely because she is Jewish, because she wouldn't take any answer at face value. She questioned everything when many of her classmates did not. For better or worse, Judaism is not for the intellectually lazy. It's for the curious. Consider the Talmud for a moment. 2,711 pages of the rabbis asking questions, fiercely debating possible answers, sometimes successfully, other times not, but always passionately pursuing understanding, always questioning. Number 4, actions speak louder than words. Ours has long been called a religion of deed over creed, a tradition that privileges behavior over belief. It's true. One of my favorite quotes is attributed to the rabbinic sage known as Shammai, who taught his disciples to speak little and do much. It really is that simple. Number 5, the power of ritual. While I realize this might be surprising coming from a rabbi, in the moments after my wife and I got married, I remember thinking how perfect all of the rituals that take place under a chuppah at a Jewish wedding were. They just worked. It's no different at the bris or the b'nai mitzvah. It's especially true at the gravesite, at the shiva, and reciting Kaddish. All of it carries us through the good times and bad. It's the gift of ritual, the gift of structure, the gift of tradition that links us across generations. It's the talit that's been in the family for 5 generations, from which a chuppah is made that is placed onto a b'nai mitzvah's shoulders as they chant from the Torah. It's the Kiddush cup that's traveled the globe to be a part of countless family celebrations. It's the light of the Chanukiah warming our hearts. It's the countless beautiful melodies holding us, carrying us, connecting us. The magic, the gift, the power of ritual. Number 6, Jews are homebodies. Rabbi, you must be so busy at the temple, what with it being fill in the blank, Sukkot, Hanukkah, Passover. Not really, I usually respond. Most people are at home with family or friends. There's a midrash that when the ancient temple in Jerusalem was destroyed, that every person's home became a mikdash me'at, a miniature temple. A Jewish home is a holy and sacred place. But the rabbis don't stop there. They go on to say that not only is the temple replaced by the home, the altar is replaced by the table. So much of the beauty and the magic of Judaism happens at home. Sitting around a table, folding hamantashen, spinning a dreidel, lighting candles, eating latkes, retelling an ancient yet somehow timeless story of freedom and redemption, and of course the simple pleasure of candles, kiddush, and motzi. Sitting down to Shabbat dinner on a night like tonight with the people we love most. Number 7, the holiness of time. One of my favorite questions to ask at a Beit Din is whether or not there is a particular ritual or observance that the candidate has learned that really resonates with them, or that they really enjoy. The overwhelming majority of the time, the answer is the same: Shabbat. Our ancestors' innovation was to make time, not space, holy. To carve out and separate one day from the rest of the week and elevate it, making it an opportunity to pause, to reflect, to recharge, and reconnect. How ironic that thousands of years later, we need it more than ever. Heschel beautifully wrote that Shabbat was the silence of abstaining from noisy acts. There is so much noise in our world, so much noise in our lives. Shabbat is an invitation. It is permission to turn it all off. If you knew how many times we rehearsed that, it is an invitation to turn it all off and just be. As the Israeli essayist Ahad Ha'am beautifully wrote, more than the Jewish people has kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. The word rabbi literally means my teacher. And while I know that everyone who I've had the privilege of studying with has learned a lot, I've learned so much more from them. It's so easy to take that which has always been ours right in front of our noses for granted. Despite the years of study in college, rabbinical school, where we did spend some time studying, and more than a decade of learning and teaching, I know that I took it for granted. To be a Jew is to take nothing for granted, to be grateful for everything. That's the reason we're meant to recite a lengthy list of blessings each and every morning, the Nasim Bechol Yom, the blessings for the daily miracles of our lives. Near the end of the list, there's a very simple blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam she'asani Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me a Jew. For years, I thought it to be a bit particularistic, egocentric even. It's not. It's a simple recognition of and appreciation for the richness and the beauty of Judaism, and how blessed we are to be a part of this ancient and timeless tradition. Maybe I'm not a Jew by accident after all. While it's true I did not choose to be born to Jewish parents or raised in a Jewish home, I'm standing here this evening because I did choose Judaism. Every single one of us did, or we wouldn't be here tonight. Let's remember that this Shabbat. Let's see the pearls of wisdom and wonder that have been right before our very eyes and embrace them, cherish them, and use them to make our world that so desperately needs it a little bit better and a little bit brighter. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Shapiro. I love the charge, I love the message. Good thinking for all of us. When we're in Los Angeles, we're going to come see that list on your door and remind us of that. So, as Rabbi Shapiro talked about, we are thinking about conversion, and one of the holidays in our tradition that most celebrates conversion is the holiday of Shavuot, which will be happening in just a few weeks. It's our community Shavuot celebration. The story goes that Ruth was the first person that chose Judaism, the book of Ruth. And as we head towards Shavuot, we'll sing our blessing of counting of the Omer, which are the days between Passover and Shavuot, page 278. Today is the 31st day, which is 4 weeks and 3 days of the Omer. Page 253, our prayer for healing, Misheberach lecholim. If you're thinking of someone in need of healing, renewal of body, renewal of mind, renewal of spirit, Potentially it's someone suffering from mental health or addiction. I invite you to share their name out loud with our community so we can add them to our prayer. Our Beth Am community offers specific prayers of healing for Jenny Anderson, Mo Budak, Bracha Bat Devora, Diane Denenberg, Mark Cohn, Ron Cote, Abigail Cover, John Devine, Toby Elman, Rudy Andreezy, Marty Gelman, Selena Glader, Moritz Huppert, Jeff Castle, Mark Lawrence, Aaron Levinson, Sophia Palisban, Max Prosnit, Harvey Rabin, Bobby Rosenkrantz, Ron Rothberg, David Baruch Ben Simona, and Larry Wortman. If you're able, I invite you to once again rise. Offer the prayer for the state of Israel at this time. Eternal God, receive our prayers for the peace and security of the state of Israel and her people. Spread blessing upon the land and upon all who labor in its interest. Protect Israelis as they defend themselves against missiles and hate. Protect the innocent among the Palestinian people, that they may be safe and free from death and injury. Inspire Israel's leaders to both defend our people and follow the ways of righteousness and compassion. Remove from the hearts of our people fear, hatred, malice, strife, and vengeance. May the Jewish people scattered throughout the earth stand strong in solidarity with the state of Israel in times of war and in peace. And may they be infused with the ancient hope of Zion. May our people be encouraged by the symbol of Jerusalem, the eternal city of peace. May the state of Israel be a blessing to all of its inhabitants and to Jewish people everywhere. May she be an or legoyim, a light to the nations of the world. Together we say, Amen. Aleinu l'shabeach, the middle of 282.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. One day,
seated. Just want to briefly call your attention to our May tzedakah. The tzedakah for the month of May goes to a local Mountain View nonprofit called the United Effort, with a mission to help unhoused people move toward self-sufficiency and find a safe home within our community. They provide individuals of all backgrounds comprehensive and integrated services to find affordable housing, public assistance programs, and resources and mentors. We know that there are so many in our community who are suffering. We know that homelessness continues to be rampant in Santa Clara and San Mateo counties, so we ask you to be as generous as possible. Tonight, there's a tzedakah box here right where you picked up your Sidurim, your prayer books. You can donate on the Beth Am webpage, or you can Venmo Beth-Am and just mark it tzedakah. How wonderful that we can support this important organization. So we turn to the prayer of memory, Kaddish Yatom, on page 294. If I read the name of your loved one, I invite you to rise in his or her honor. And then we'll join as one community to say Kaddish together. Lost to the Beth Am community this week, in this period of Shiva, was Frida Height, wife of Sterling, the mother of Louis and Alyssa, the mother-in-law of Eric, the grandmother of Andy, Sam, and the sister of Charles Rosenberg. We also mourn the loss of Shimon Camille, Shimon ben Yisrael Vemina, the husband of Henry, the son of Yisrael, the father of our members Shirit and Sachi Rosenberg, Haggai and Kem, and the grandfather of Agam, Eden, Hadas, and Stav. And the loss of Lenore August Page, the sister of Jerry August, the sister-in-law of Barbara August, and our member, Franklin Elovich. In this period of Shloshim, the 30 days since passing, remember Daniel Martin Nissim, Marshall Lehman, and Michael Benjamin McKee. It's the anniversary of death, the yahrzeit. We remember with love Marcel Behar, Joseph Burkow, Mel Bloom, Sylvia Brodsky, William H. Brown, Louis Cohn, Fanny Cohn, Robert Constant, David Krakauer, Helene Epstein, Bill Feldman, Frida Fried, Susan Gaskill, Robert Ginsburg, Marilyn Goldfarb, Harold Graham, Harold Grost, Howard Haft, Eileen Haight, Nathan Harrison, Irma Hirsch, Norman Hoffman, Milton Katz, Richard Kleinberg, Suzanne Coppett, Rosalind Levitt, Elizabeth Lowe, Milton Lubin, Leo Malik, Elaine Marcus, Frida Mintz, Mr. Stuart Moldau, Henry Morgenstern, Abraham Niram, Sylvia Niram, Dorothy Osheroff, Barbie Bunny Ratner, Ada Rauschwerger, Alan Reed, Carl Rosenblum, Ethel Rosenkrantz, Ellsworth Rostin, Martin Rubenstein, Abraham Sholnick, Ken Selak, Frank Selak, J. Irwin Shapiro, Lori Shapiro, Sarah Sorokis, Bernice Stein, Geraldine Steinberg, Ann Stone, William Streeter, Herman Tabor, David Paul Tinsley, Louis Vogel, Hannah Cowell Weprim, Jack Westerman, Hilda Woeful, and Robert Zaum. If you're thinking of someone whose name I did not read, potentially somebody who's passed away in the last year, I invite you to rise and share their name with our community. I invite us all to rise. Important to note on this long weekend of Memorial Day that we also remember those men and women who died in service of this great country. We hold them in our hearts as we say the words of Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach kirute be'amlich malchute, bechaye chon uvyome chon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv b'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Ulmei Almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal Shmei Kusha Brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata b'shirata. Tush bechata b'nechemata. Damiram bi'ama bi'imru amem. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. B'chaim aleinu bi'al kol Yisrael bi'imru amem. Osei shalom b'mramaf. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu bi'al kol Yisrael bi'imru amem. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. As we say together, Amen. We'll sing those final words, our prayer for hope and peace. Not those final words, our other prayer for hope and peace. We got a lot of prayers for hope and peace. Aren't you impressed? I heard Russell's notes and I was like, recognize we're doing something different. So, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kulam.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam Shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
Before I do Motzi, I see Bethlehem's newest staff member here in the back row, now working with our high schoolers, Leah, and it's awesome that you're here. I know Benny left with his daughter, but you probably knew him from the Camp Newman days, and it's just awesome to have Leah Shapiro here. No relation to Bo, I don't think, but you never know, so you have to figure it out. So we'll say Motzi together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.